Bella. She's so beautiful. Say hi, everybody. Today I'm going to do another design using a mixture of the new Fantasy Wonder palette and my Fairy Fly kit because I like to use everything. I try to condense my palette and only include the things that really speed up my painting because I'm an active face painter who's on the job, and it's important for me to be able to move fast. So I got my sponge wet and I'm just rubbing it over the surface. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start off on this side, and I'm going to just start off in the corner of her eye, and I'm just going to gently tap in the colors there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to only do, instead of holding my sponge fully, I'm going to give it a little bit of bend, and I'm going to repeat the same thing on this side, but I'm going to bring it down. So I didn't want it as high. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create a unicorn right on top of this eye right here. So we're going to create kind of like a unicorn fantasy mask. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my unicorn right here. So I start off with the ear, and I come down and I create my unicorn head, and I fill it in with white. And I'm just going to bring his body down right there. And I do everything that I needed to do in white first. So because I wanted to fill up my entire unicorn head, I did it all in white first. Okay, that way I can switch brushes, or I can switch colors, and I don't have to go back to it. So the next thing that I'm going to do is, using my Fantasy Wonder palette, is I'm going to pick up a little bit of the pink and purple in here. And I'm going to use that to create the hair really quickly. So I'm going to, right in here, just create the little flocks of hair. And around the outside I am as well. Right inside of there. So now I have the base for my design. The next thing that I'm going to do with this design is create a few rosebuds around this so that we can create the mask look. So using my Fairy Fly kit, I'm just picking up, and using a number 12 brush, I'm just picking up the reddish colors, and with the with my lightest color on top, I'm going to make a loop and make a U on top of it to make my first rosebud. I'm going to do that here too. Loop, rosebud. Can you turn your head a little bit this way so that you can see this? And I'm going to make another loop, U on top of it for my rosebuds. So now I have 3 on that side, and I'm going to make 1 on that side. So then what I'm going to do is, one more time, I'm going to make another rose here. So I made a loop, a U on top. So now that I have my roses, the next thing I'm going to go in and I'm going to do is I'm going to use my light leaf arty cake and just add a little bit of foliage and flower leaves around it, just so that I know where the empty spaces are going to be, so I can fill in this mask. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just gently add my leaves around it. So what I do is I just kind of leaf it around, and then I'm just kind of laying it down so that I get that greenage. And what I do on one side, I'm going to do on the other to make sure that I frame the face. So if you can turn a little bit this way, Bella. So with the dark green on top, I just kind of flick it, lay my brush down. So what I did is I created that foliage all around there. Now what I'm going to go in and I'm going to do is, the first thing I'm going to do is outline my unicorn. So if you need to switch to a smaller brush just because you can't outline with a number 5, or you need a smaller brush because your hand's a little heavy, don't be afraid to. It's better that you switch to a smaller brush so your black lines aren't so heavy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline my unicorn. So I'm going to start with the horn, and I just come in by adding swoops in, and I'm just following the hair And I'm rounding that out and creating that little nose. An eye right in here. Got it, bitch? Go ahead. Now I'm going to create some lashes right in there. Outline the ear one more time. And then I'm going to come up and just give this a little bit more of a definition right in there. So now I've created her unicorn right over her eye. The next step is to just go in and give everything a slight outline, add some teardrops, add some dots, add some sparkles, and some lipstick. Do you like lipstick too, Bella? Yeah, that's my girl. She's so beautiful. So I'm just going to add a little dot right in the eye there. And I'm going to add a little starburst right in here. And then I'm just going to go in and I'm going to add just a little bit of teardrops right in there. And right in here as well. Smaller ones. And I'm filling in space with my dots right in there. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to give my roses a little bit of a highlight and an outline. And you can do the same thing with your leaves if you want it to stand out and pop, especially with a white outline. So where I extended that line right there, which is the base and the body of my unicorn, I'm just going to bring it in with some teardrops right inside of there. And again, I'm just filling in this area with a little bit of an outline. Right inside of there. And then I'm just going to add a few more little starbursts here and there just to make this design really flow nicely. And to finish it off, I have to use some glitter. I'm going to finish off by adding a little bit of lipstick for her. And then I'm going to just... Now what I'm going to do is just add a little bit of glitter to finish off this design. And then I get to show her in the mirror. You ready to see? You are a fairy tale unicorn. Gosh, Bella, you're beautiful too. You and Madison. All right, so you're going to look in the mirror. Do you like it? You look beautiful, Mama. Okay, can you look at the camera and say, Happy New Year?
Happy